Since 1994, folks have trusted Neptune Radiator and Auto Repair with their automotive needs. From tires to tune-ups, we do everything except glass and bodywork. We're a complete auto care center. We service all makes and models. Let us be your one-stop shop. With over 40 years combined experience, we have ASE Master Mechanics. Call 620-231-5890 and ask for Jeff or Michelle. Neptune Auto Repair, 602 West 4th Street, Pittsburgh.
Hi, everybody. Tom Van Hoy with this edition of the Pitt State Football Showcase, brought to you by Neptune Auto Service. A conversation with Pitt State junior linebacker Tyler Disney, 6'1", 214, redshirt junior, Stillwell, Kansas, Blue Valley High School in the Kansas City area. Pitt State now 2-0 off a 65-24 win at Central Oklahoma in Edmond on Saturday night. The first road game of the year. Disney 4 tackles in the game, an interception and a fumble recovery. Through 2 games, the second leading tackler with 11 for PSU. Back of All-American linebacker Nate Dryland, who has 19. Disney, 1 fumble recovery, 1 interception, 2 tackle for loss, and 2 quarterback sacks in 2 games. So how'd the defense do on Saturday night against Central Oklahoma?
I thought we came out of the game and we did a good job. I mean, they had a couple first downs to start the game off, which is not ideal for us. He eventually settled in and they turned it over on downs. And second half, we would have liked to come out and shut them down as well, just to start off, but they ended up having a big play. So we want to limit the big plays, and then having 65 points behind us really makes it easy for the defense.
You mentioned that as you take a look back, and as you guys talked about last year, some big plays hurt the Pitt State defense. Is that an emphasis this year for you guys?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a focal point. Big plays killed us last year, and it hurt us, obviously, and we want to prevent that any way possible. And we also, having an offense that complements us, and then we can complement that offense, that really makes the team successful, I think. So as long as we can keep on doing that, I think we'll be okay.
You know, when there is a big play, and if you look back to the national championship run in 2011, there were some big plays, but the defense stiffened, did a great job keeping the opposition out of the end zone. Is it tough as a defensive player to put that play behind you and move on to the next one?
Yeah, I mean, it can be at times, but we definitely need to make that a strong point of emphasis. I think that the national championship year, we bent, but we never broke. And this past year, there were times where we were down and we lacked competitiveness. We just didn't really have that, and at times. And then this spring, this off season, we incorporated that in a lot of the workouts and lifting, and I think it's been really successful. And I can tell already that we are a competitive team, and we want to go out there and not just the first group, not just the second group, but we all want to go out there and contribute in some way.
How were you able to incorporate that during the off season?
What we did in the springtime, we separated ourselves into different weight groups, 8 different weight groups, and we had a captain or a couple captains for each weightlifting group. And a group would go in the morning, and there's 4 teams, and they'd go and lift for an hour, and I think it was 50 minutes. So we were in there for a while, and then at the end of that, we'd have a competition towards the end, whether it would be bench pressing, pull-up, conditioning, where you'd run across the field and drag your partner on your back, good grade, showing up to class. It was just being all around, having good character. And it brought us closer as a team, and it's just something that I loved and enjoyed and looked forward to every morning.
And you've been to the program for a number of years and got a red shirt in there as well. You've been able to play on a national championship team and then last year's team that didn't make the playoffs. Do you think that after the national championship year you took some things for granted, or what do you think happened?
Yeah, after you win a national championship, it's always, I think it's tough to come back, but it's not like we weren't striving for that. We constantly talked about going back and repeating, and that's what the ultimate goal is to do, is win the MIAA and win national championship. So it was always a goal of ours. It just didn't work out for us.
Tom Van Hoy visiting with Pitt State linebacker Tyler Disney on the Pitt State Football Showcase, brought to you by Neptune Auto Service. So this is your 3rd year as a player, and you did redshirt. Was it important or difficult, that redshirt year for you?
Yeah, it was. You go from being the big dog in high school and contributing a ton to being a work team guy and taking your licks. But looking back, yeah, it's something that I strongly recommend. You get a year stronger, a year smarter. Plus freshman year, you've got so many things coming at you, bullets flying at you. It's just nice to work on just practice and having the weekend. And but yeah, it was definitely difficult not playing in the game.
Well, you got some playing time your first year when you were eligible to play and didn't redshirt, and then 43 tackles last year and off to a great start with 11 tackles, second leading tackler this year. How much has that experience helped you as you start this season?
Oh, it definitely helps. Anytime you can get in and get reps, it's going to help you as a player. Practice as well, just working. But I've got good mentors ahead of me, Nate Dreiling and Joe Winshuffle. They do a good job taking me to the film room and kind of breaking everything down. And the coaching staff, they know exactly what they're doing, so I just follow them, and they really do help a ton.
What do you see as your responsibilities as a linebacker at Pitt State?
That's a tough question. I just try to go in there and contribute, and I want to do my part. Whatever helps the team out, I'll go and do. If I need to go out and bust open a wall, I'll do that. If I need to go cheer on the team, then I'll do that. Really, whatever the team needs, whatever the coaches want, I'll go ahead and do that.
Do you feel like, and I'm sure most linebackers feel like this, every down player can defend the run, tackle in space, and also defend the pass?
Yeah, that's important. You need to do all aspects. We practice run, we do middle drill, we practice pass show. Yeah, we work on all aspects of it. That's important.
How good do you think this defense can be this year?
We've got the talent, we've got the depth, and we've got the experience. We've got a lot of the key ingredients for a dominating defense, and we know we're good. But it doesn't just come by throwing your hat on the field and expecting to shut teams out. We play in a real tough conference, and we've got good athletes in this conference. You got to go out there every day in practice and work on it, and stress all the little things, tackling, alignment, and discipline, and just playing fast is, I think, the biggest part. But we've got the keys for it. We just got to go out there and use them.
Tom Van Hoy today with Tyler Disney, linebacker, Pitt State, the Pitt State Football Showcase, brought to you by Neptune Auto Service. How important is team chemistry? Oh, yeah, team chemistry is huge. I think it's what makes a team successful. We've been focusing on that a lot this off season, and I think we do a good job of being together, whether it be going to a movie, going out to eat. Like today is our off day, and I think we're going to get together and play some water polo in the pool. So it's important. We were talking about a number of different things and the success that you've had defensively. How important is it for those guys up front, the defensive linemen that don't get a lot of publicity? How important are they for you? Yeah, it's huge. They don't typically get all the praise, but they are what gets the defense going. I mean, without them, linebackers can't make tackles, and secondary can't make plays. It's just they're the heart and soul, and they do a good job. The big boys up front, and they're athletic, and they're strong, and they're fast, and they're physical, and they're a huge part of the defense. So how good is your water polo game? Well, we'll find out today. I don't know. I don't think I can tread for more than 5 minutes, so I'll probably be tapping out pretty early. Hey, how difficult is it to combine football and schoolwork? The first semester or 2 semesters, it tends to be a little more difficult just to get acclimated. But once this will be my 4th year. I'm getting kind of old. I've been able to weigh everything out and kind of get structured and organized, so it hasn't been too difficult these last few years. How did you end up at Pitt State? I took a few visits in the MIAA and had a few offers and around some FCS schools, but I went to Pitt State and visited, and it just having a familiar face like Coach Rampy being there was definitely helped. But it just felt like home, and it felt like an upscale Blue Valley where everyone there was supporting the football team, and it was the spotlight, and it was just something that I didn't see at a whole lot of other schools, and it was just very special to me and something I wanted to be a part of. What's it like on game day and the walkover and maybe just the importance for somebody that, plays at Division II? You got 10,000 people there. Is that a factor as well? What's it like?
Oh, it's unreal. I was telling my brother and my buddy about it the other day. It's hard to put in words. It felt like we're going to war, really. And it's just Anthony Avanoha. We were marveling over the fact you had the smoke going, you had flags on top of our stadium. It kind of looked like and this is Tony's word, it kind of looked like a castle when you're going in and fighting. And it really did. And it's just the first home game is always great, and we had a great crowd, and thousands of screaming fans. It's just there's not a whole lot like it, and it's easy to get going with fans like that.
Is it difficult to keep your emotions in check?
Yeah. It's hard not to just go out there and that first drive or the first opening kickoff or kickoff return. I mean, you're going, and all you want to do is just explode. But it's after a couple series and a couple plays, you end up settling down and just kind of soaking everything in and then playing football.
Can you tell us about on-field communication and how it involves you as a linebacker, or how the communication comes from the sideline to get in the defensive play call?
Yeah. Well, Nate being the Sam linebacker, he typically makes all the calls out there, but I mean, I'll echo them, or I will tell Nate, well, if it's a quick offense, I'll relay the call into Nate. So we've got a good system going there. And then on the sidelines, Coach Ross and Coach Beck, Coach Weimers and Coach Colin and the rest of the defensive staff, they'll come up and ask us questions, what we see, what works, what doesn't work. And I think for the most part, a lot of the guys do a good job of acknowledging that.
How complicated is the Pitt State defense?
It's a little different than you're going to see in high school. There's a lot of different aspects to it, but really after, we're animals, and we need repetition, and once we get that repetition, it becomes pretty simple. But it's a good defense, and I like it, and what we've got going is working so far. So,
as we do wrap it up here, tell me about being a team captain. What's that mean to you?
That's a huge statement, I think. The teammates, it's just a lot of support. Teammates saying that they want me and the rest of the guys to lead is saying a lot. So I have to go out there and lead and really just be myself. But it's nice to have that support from the teammates.
Have you set individual goals this year?
No, individually, I don't really worry about stats or anything like that. As long as we're winning, getting the W, that's really all that matters to me.
That's Pitt State junior linebacker Tyler Disney on this week's Pitt State Football Showcase. Brought to you by Neptune Auto Service. PSU back at it Saturday night, home taking on Southwest Baptist. 7 o'clock kick from Kearney Smith Stadium. Gorillas are ranked 14th in the Division II Coaches Poll this week. I'm Tom Van Hoy.